You're listening to Off the Vine with Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Vine. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Bristowe, and today we have the hilarious Hailey Bailey, as you would know her on all of her socials. She is not only a stunning model who's done Sports Illustrated and Miss America and all of the things in New York Fashion Week, but she's also a scientist and a digital creator with over 27 million followers. We talk all about how she comes up with her viral ideas, how she studies the algorithm and makes it work, and she's just overall cute, funny little gal. Okay, first of all, I love that you grew up in the Midwest. There's something about Midwestern people that remind me of Canadians. I'm Canadian.
The accents. A little bit.
No, it's people. Spoon?
Spoon.
Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you watch this season of Love is Blind?
Yes.
Did you know anybody?
It was all Minneapolis. I didn't know anybody.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know anybody. I think they were like a couple grades younger than me. Oh, I'm going to age myself. I mean, they were so much older than me. So no, I didn't know anyone, but I knew people who knew people who knew people.
This was the first season I watched where on TikTok, I was like, how does everybody in Minneapolis know who these people are?
Minneapolis is like a small, you're from Canada. Have you ever been to Minneapolis?
Yes, I have.
It's like a small, big city.
I get that.
So everyone knows
Nashville.
everyone.
If they did Love is Blind Nashville, I'm like, everyone would know everyone.
I'd want to watch that.
I would want to watch
There'd
that.
be some tea.
I thought there was going to be, now they're doing Denver, I think is the next one.
So they'll all just be...
But I'm like, do Nashville because I would have a field day podcasting about that one. It would be so good.
That would be fun.
But what was like little Hailey like growing up in Minnesota?
Ooh, little Hailey. I feel like I was probably the same way.
Yeah.
I literally would just like film videos with my mom or my sister in my
you
room.
Always loved doing this.
Always.
Okay.
But like no one was watching them. They were just like for my enjoyment.
Yeah.
So I'd make like little news shows. I forget what we called it. We were like Newscaster USA. And it was like my sister and me. We'd do these morning news reports. So little me, I was a nerd. I was a huge nerd.
Love that.
My parents are both engineers. So I grew up in the sciences.
I know, it's so cool.
Yeah. Don't use it at all. Yay.
But you still have the nerd
But I still
in you.
have it. Yeah. Still have it. And I went to like a small little school. I'm like such a stereotype. It sounds like this stereotypical like small town girl moves to New York City. But
living in a lonely world.
Living
Took the midnight train. Going anywhere.
sad. I do love that song though. It's such a classic.
It is a classic. So you grew, wait, am I allowed to ask how old you are?
Yeah.
How old are you?
32.
Oh, you're 32.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're still a baby.
I'm in my 30s though.
30s are the best. I'm 39. I'm 40 in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I feel like 30s slay.
I feel like everyone told me 30s are awesome and I didn't believe them when I was in my 20s because I was like, oh, that's what you guys are saying to make you feel better about being 30.
But no.
But it's actually true.
Yes.
My life literally started because your brain gets so much smarter.
It really does. It's 27 is pivotal. 30 is just amazing. And then it just keeps getting better. Yeah. I just had a girl that she studies the human design and she told me 50 is actually where I'll really start thriving. And I was like, okay.
I'm a little nervous about that one. Not even going to lie.
Same, but I felt very like, I was like, okay, I thought you were going to tell me like 40 was it. And then it was like,
I just hope we are the generation that like, I just know one day they're going to figure out how to stop aging.
Well, tell your parents.
And my parents are checked out. They were mechanical. They're like, what do I do with biochem engineering? My dad could like make metal.
Like, can't they make us live longer?
Like, I just know there's going to be one generation that like doesn't get to the anti-aging. So they're going to be like 80 and everyone else is going to look 20. And I just don't, although it would be great for videos.
It would be great for
really
videos.
Funny.
But do you want to age?
No, what?
You want to like get older, but you don't want to age.
Yes, physically. I want my brain to get older. But like, I mean, I hate that aging is something that's negative only for women and not for men. I hate all that stuff. But of course, I want to look hot forever.
No, I'm the same. I literally try so hard to look 20 forever.
Yep.
And I want there to be a magic pill. I heard there was a pill coming out to make your dog last longer. And I'm like, overdose my dogs on that, please.
I'll be giving me and my dogs that.
Yeah.
If it works on dogs, let's start some human trials. You know what I'm saying?
I think they are. But would you take the trial pill?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got nothing to lose. Let's do it. Let's go here.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for my aging. I'm game. Sign me up.
That's amazing. Okay, growing up, I feel like sometimes people who grow up in small towns, you kind of like are surrounded by people you love. Mm-hmm. You have, I say this because I grew up in a very small town. I feel like you have to use your imagination. I feel like you got to get creative. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you made these videos. You've always kind of been this creative performer, entertainer.
Yeah, definitely performer. I never thought I was like creative though, because my sister is more like art and she can draw and she can do crafts and like I can't do any of those things. Although I enjoy it, like a paint and wine night with my friends.
Yeah, paint by numbers. Yeah,
I'm not artsy. I do like paint by numbers and that's fun.
Too.
So growing up, I always thought like I was more science and math. I always thought I was more like logic.
Yeah.
But I feel like logic is just creativity. You're just like understanding creative through logic. So that's what I do with my videos now is I just like try to watch the internet, see what's working on like an analytical level and then just apply logic to creativity.
Smart.
So I feel like I'm not that creative, but maybe I am.
No,
maybe
you
I've
are.
gaslit myself.
No, you have to be creative to be doing what you're doing. I think you're creative. Were you always confident growing up?
Ooh, no.
Really?
I think I got bullied a lot growing up. Like, and it made me almost ready for what I do now. Like I went from being basically, backstory, I went to like a very small Christian school, like the kind that like are run by like a church, not like the fancy brick building. This is like no uniforms. There's like 20 kids in your class. And so I grew up in that until 8th grade. Okay. And everyone knew everyone and there was a lot of bullying. Aww. Then I went to the public high school, which was huge. Yeah. And then there was more bullying.
Oh, no.
But then after that, I went to college and there wasn't much bullying there. And then I went to modeling and that's where the real bullying began.
Oh my gosh, I was going to ask about that. So you've been through some ups and downs.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was bullying going on at my school. I don't feel like it was as bad. I feel like a lot of people in my school actually got along.
You're lucky.
The girls in my 12th grade had to have a sit-down meeting if they wanted me to be in the limo for graduation or not.
Okay, that sounds like bullying to me.
That's bullying.
That's bullying.
Yeah, but overall, I feel like it was, I don't know. I feel like everyone was kind of nice to each other.
Because you're Canadian.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
We have the American in us, so we're like, we're going to bully you.
You
be nice, but passive aggressive. Literally.
That's Canadians, I think.
That's Canadians too. It's Minnesotans and Canadians.
I agree, because I feel like Minnesotans are like honorary Canadians. I feel like
I'm proud of that.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, I really do
that
think
on my
that.
tombstone.
You do. That's what I say on all my podcasts.
Really?
If somebody says something cool, I'm like, put that on your tombstone. Or I say, make it a t-shirt.
See?
Yeah.
I say that in comments on TikTok, and I'm guessing kids are like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm not going to die. Don't worry. I swear.
Kids on TikTok. We were talking about this kind of a bit, but science is your parents' background.
Yep.
You kind of were into like math and science. You were a brilliant kid.
I wouldn't go as far as to say brilliant.
Well, I barely graduated. I can't believe I'm here doing anything.
Yep.
But you were smart.
I was smart, but I also was encouraged by my parents to like be smart. You know what I mean? Like my parents were the parents that if I got a B, I'd be grounded for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like I was almost conditioned to have to be smart or I would never leave my house or have friends or do activities. So I was like, okay, I have to get A's. And then it just kind of grew into like a love for science.
Oh, okay. So you did end up loving it.
I did. Yes.
And then what point were you like modeling?
So it's funny. I graduated with biomedical sciences and psych, minor in chem. So super nerd.
Wow.
Then I worked in an immunology lab. Thanks. It wasn't. I didn't wear any makeup and I always had like that glasses mark on my nose.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Not cute.
No, that's so cute. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then
your character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After that, that's kind of like, I think probably how I got into character was there were so many different things in my life that were so different. I was like, oh, these are all my characters just in my life.
There you go.
Wow, I sound like I have multiple personality disorder. Anyway,
if you do.
I was working in immunology and then I got married to my ex-husband.
Yes.
And he was an athlete. So his job required a lot of moving around. And we came to the conclusion that if I applied to medical school, I would probably get in out of state because you usually apply to like 40 medical schools and you cross your fingers that you get into even one that you would want to go to.
Yeah.
So I put that on hold. And while I was like figuring out where we were going to live for his career, I worked as a wedding dress shop person. So I helped like girls find their wedding dress.
Really?
And then when he moved to Charlotte and I went with him, that was really close to New York.
Yeah.
And I got scouted by Sports Illustrated Swimsuit on Instagram.
No
of
way.
all things. I feel like I owe Meta my life.
Yep.
My goodness.
Yeah.
They are my overlords. I serve them. No. But they found me on Instagram when I had like 50 followers and I submitted to like this little like, I want to model for Sports Illustrated thing. And then I became a model from that. I shot for Sports Illustrated. I went back and forth between New York and Charlotte because they're only about an hour flight away.
Yeah.
And that's how I became a model. And then eventually my mental health went,
as it does.
And I quit.
Did you quit? But wait, where did pageant life come in for you?
Oh, that was before college. That was to earn money for a scholarship.
So you did pageant, you were a pageant girl to earn money for a scholarship.
I was. And I also loved the glitz. I'm not even going to lie. I told my parents, like, no, Mom, it's just for scholarship.
Yeah. But you liked it.
Yeah, of course.
But what inspired you to, so it was for a scholarship. That's what inspired you to do it.
Well, my dad used to watch Miss USA. Of course, it was my dad. Sorry, Dad, I'm going to tell him. He would watch Miss USA on TV when I was little, and I would watch with him. Yeah. And I was like, this is so cool. Like, these girls are from like Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Right.
Like, you hear of people in Hollywood, but they're all like LA. And that just seemed so unreachable to me. So I was like, oh, that's a girl from Minnesota walking on a stage, like on national TV.
Like a princess.
For Minnesota. Like, that's so cool. And so then I got one of those like little flyers in the mail. They just know how to pick the right houses. And I was like, please, can I apply, please? And I tried everything. My parents were like, no, until I talked about how it's scholarship money. And then they were like, if you can raise the money to enter and buy your own dress and whatnot, you can enter. And I entered, and I didn't win that one, but then I entered again and I won that one.
Because you won Miss Minnesota USA 2014?
Yes. Yep. But then I also... My God, I'm going to make myself sound like a pageant person. I also won Miss Minnesota Teen USA. That's where it started.
Oh. Mm-hmm. What did that world look like?
Scary.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's like, the girls are really nice.
Yeah.
Granted, if a girl isn't very nice, it's usually because like her mom or her family is really competitive. Yeah. And she's been raised in it. So the girls in Texas will like do it from like the time they're 4. And so they have these perfect poses. And I was like... I had to learn all that real fast.
You were like going to the back, watching them, and then coming up and being like, yeah, me too.
I was like, yeah, totally. Oh, wait, no, we don't put them on our hips. We put them behind our back like this. Beautiful. Okay, perfect.
Was there like rules?
Unwritten? It's weird.
Really?
It's very, but it's funny because the girls are so intelligent and so motivated, and like many of them have their own charities, and these aren't just like placeholders. These are things that like they actually do.
Right.
Like they're not just saying, I have 7 charities, because they'll look it up. Like,
they do
tell
their
us they're
research.
lying. Yeah. And it's amazing what these girls do.
And then when you win for your state, like what are the perks? Like what are the benefits?
Scholarship.
Okay.
So it depends on the state.
Yeah.
Like Texas, you get like an apartment and like a car. But Minnesota, you get like $1,000 towards a dress. And most of these girls have like, $15,000 dresses. So you're rolling up with your $1,000 dress and you're like, I thought this was expensive. What is happening here? Minnesota, they also give you like interview training. They teach you how to wear makeup or do your makeup really fast. Fake eyelashes. I learned that. I'm still not good at it. A lot of different things. And then you do a lot of charity work like during your time. So you get involved with...
Are you Miss? Is it for the year?
Year.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Unless you win. Like if you win Miss USA, which I did not win.
But you were in Miss USA.
I competed for it, but Nevada won my year.
Still cool that you were in it.
It was cool, but I was definitely like way too focused on my body size. Oh. And then I didn't have a good time because like I wasn't eating, and it messes with your mental.
Okay, so just from my perspective, I grew up as a dancer, so there was a lot of similar like... Well, I definitely had body image issues, but like were coaches telling you that you needed to look a certain way? Was it just your own competitiveness telling you to look a certain way?
I think it's a mix between the two. It's like you're shown pictures of women that have probably a different body shape as you naturally, and no matter what you do, you can't get to that. Yeah. And so in your head, of course, as a competitive person, as somebody that like I was a nerd, I want to be the best and I want to do well, you just chase that and you'll never get to. Like, I'll never have a VS Angel build, and that's okay. But all the photos they showed me of girls who were successful in the swimsuit challenge were girls that looked like that. So that's where it came from.
I'm 39 and I still have to tell myself that. Like I was showing my girlfriend, we were in the sauna, and I was like, God, I just wish I had her body. She goes, but you don't. Yeah. And you won't. Like, that's just a different build than you, so you're not going to have it, so why do you want it?
And also, I was like, who cares? At the end of the day, like, it's so weird that we hyper-focus on those things because we just made it all up anyways. We decided that's the best looking, but like, we can just change our minds. Yeah. Like, we can change our minds to include a ton of different shapes and sizes. Right. So it's just a weird mental, like, and you just get in, you get into like a tunnel, and it's hard to see outside of it when you're in it.
How did you get outside of it?
My family is very logical, like very logical.
Yeah.
And they were like, what are you doing? You're only eating peanuts. You are stupid. I was like, wait, you might have a point. You make a point because this is my 18th applesauce for this week.
God.
So, I think after I was done with pageants, it almost just went away naturally until modeling. And then, it started to come back.
Right. Which I'm like, I get imposter syndrome in certain situations. In other situations, I'm like, no, I really deserve to be here. Mm-hmm. But do you experience imposter syndrome in the model industry? Because I feel like it's competitive.
There are just some things that some women have that I don't. Mm-hmm. Like there are some women that are born so breathtakingly beautiful that like you see them and you're like, I am not worthy. How dare I breathe your air? Like there's just something about their face and their bone structure. And like that was just a gift. Like they were born with it.
You don't think you have that gift?
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm like, okay, Angelina Jolie.
Thank you. But they're like, I swear, like if you go to Europe and like you go to these modeling, like the runways, like some of these women are just blessed with like the most beautiful skin, and hair and eyes you've ever seen. And so like there's nothing you can do they were just born like that. And they were gifted with that. And that's their thing. So
some of us have to pay for it.
Some of us pay for it. I have been that person.
Samesies.
But you just kind of find your lane. And I just knew with like what I love that although I loved the creativity and the art of modeling, it wasn't like, it didn't drive me to get out of bed in the morning. It made me feel worse and I didn't want to get out of bed.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you find like what actually makes you get out of bed in the morning?
It's funny because it's TikTok, which is so weird that brain rot gets me out of bed in the morning, but it so does.
Yeah.
I love internet culture.
Yeah.
I was like I loved like YouTube and like those like Comedy Central days where they'd have like the comedy shorts or like I would watch College Humor all the time.
Yeah.
Jenna Marbles.
Oh, Jenna Marbles. Yeah.
Huge one that paved the way.
Totally.
I love her. I hope she's doing well. But
where is she?
She dipped out.
Yeah, she's gone.
She's living her best life. She's married. I don't even know if they have kids.
Oh, great.
I feel like they don't want me to know.
She's off the internet?
She's off the internet.
Wow.
She made her money. She did her thing. And then she said, peace out. I'm going.
Oh, I love that.
She's probably going to like return in some epic. We're talking about her like Jesus. She's going to return
We're all
in some
waiting
epic
for
fashion.
it. Yeah.
But it'll be cool. But no, I did an apartment tour with Caleb Simpson and tons of eyes were on my page. I think the video within like a few hours had like 55 million views.
How?
I have no idea. I'm sitting here wondering the same thing. I'm like, why?
Oh my gosh, 55 million?
I don't know. And then I've always wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. That was like the dream I didn't let my engineering parents know about.
Yeah.
And so then when I saw all of the views on my page just kind of stalking from the Caleb video, I was like, this is my chance to make like my own SNL.
Yeah.
And it's something I've always wanted to do. And all of those eyes on my page was enough motivation to start posting 5 videos every single day.
Is that
for
what
a
you
year
do?
and a half. I've only ever taken like 2 days off in the last 2.5 years.
What?
I post 5 videos a day on every platform.
How do you come up with the ideas and the concepts and the...
I just love internet culture. Like I watch brain rot all day long. And so I just get brain rot, I think.
Well, you said earlier, like you get that. So how do you know what you see on the internet works and then make it? Like how would you, if you were to teach a class on this, what would you say are like top 3?
The way in which you film.
Okay.
Is one. It doesn't need to be aesthetic. Like I'm not an aesthetic queen. Other people are aesthetic queens. There's a certain shininess to a video that goes viral. I don't know why, but just like the more you watch, you can just tell. Like there's just something about the way that it's shot that it doesn't like distract you. You could watch it again on repeat.
Okay.
Plus like half the people who are watching social media are usually under the influence of something. So if something is distracting or it can throw things off. So it's just like so clean looking.
Okay.
And then on top of that, it's like where you put the text, the font that you use for the text, the size, and that changes constantly depending on like if Gen Alpha is like going viral, if Gen Z, millennials do it differently. And then it's just using like viral trends the moment. Like when everyone was making fun of modern art, that's when I did the modern art sketch because it was like top of mind for people. And then the algorithm is most likely going to pump it out because it's top of mind or top searched for people.
So you're just constantly brainstorming and looking and thinking, and like it could be something so simple and you're like, oh, I'm going to write that down. It's going to be a skit later.
Oh, you should see my phone. It's like the most, you know how there's a trend on TikTok where it shows a girl's notes app?
Yeah.
And it'll be like some poem about a man that his name is Taylor and then like buy eggs and then like a TikTok idea. Yeah. Mine is like the most scattered, random ADHD like TikTok thoughts. Half the time they're spelled wrong, half the time like it's just a one-liner like hot sauce when that one friend eats it. And like people are like, what is this? And I'm like, trust me.
Yeah.
It'll
make sense when it does.
It'll make sense when I make it. And maybe I will never post it. But
who did you actually have a billionaire boyfriend?
No.
I didn't think so, but my producer thought that was real. She was like, ask her about her billionaire boyfriend. And I was like, I think that was a bit.
You want to know where that came from too?
Yeah.
Is when my apartment tour went viral, it was at a weird time in my life. I was going through my divorce.
Yeah.
We had announced it publicly, which was like years and years in the making.
Yeah.
And we shared an apartment in New York City, but he had moved out and I had taken it over and I also could not afford it.
Yeah.
So I was 2 weeks away from moving out when that apartment tour went viral, and every single one of the comments were like, what man pays for this? And part of me was like, oh my gosh, they're right. I can't afford this. This is, but I'm going to try to use that in a way that hopefully will make me be able to afford this one day. And I was like, oh, I'm going to give them a billionaire boyfriend. And I'm going to start making like little shows about what my life is like with this man that buys my life.
Yeah.
And that's where Billionaire Boyfriend was born. It was from the hate comments.
Oh God, I love that. You created a billionaire boyfriend that wasn't real from the hate comments and ended up being able to pay for your apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, boss.
Which is cool.
Energy.
Yeah. Thank you to the women that liked what I created.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
How did you do the shaving the eyebrows video?
Special effects. Special effects. So there's a plugin to Adobe After Effects that you can like almost stitch down something on your face. So eyebrows are tough because you're constantly moving your head. And so anytime you move your head, you're usually going to see like where that coverage is showing. We did it all with just computer. Like just special effects. And so the whole time I was acting, my eyebrow was there. We would like, you know, use something on the computer just to cover it up.
That was wild. I remember I watched it so many times being like, how?
Yeah, that was really fun. I randomly went. So that was me and my ex-boyfriend did that together. And he's a very talented editor. And so he taught me like everything that I know, which I'm so grateful for.
Oh, that's cool.
One day I was just like, how hard is it to shave off my eyebrow? And it was a weekend and he was like, not that hard. And I was like, let's do it. And then that weekend, we made like 8 videos. We did not sleep. We were like up all day editing, all night editing. Like it was just so much fun. And I never knew I could get that many views on my page because that was my first time I'd ever done anything like that crazy.
You all know I'm all about that beauty that's effortless and fun, which is why I'm obsessed with the new Lash Blast Supercloud Mascara from Covergirl. This mascara super boosts your lashes with weightless length, light as air lift. Seriously, it feels like nothing is on there, but the results are everything. The air whipped formula packed with vegan collagen, vitamin B5, and amino acids keep my lashes looking long, lifted, and so soft. Plus, it's clump-free, smudge-free, flake-free, and lasts up to 24 hours. Because if my mascara can outlast my day and a glass of wine or two, like we've got a winner. I love using it to get that fresh, kind of clean girl makeup look when I want my lashes to stand out but still feel super natural, or just for a night out, just swipe, lift, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam, super boosted. And best of all, it's vegan, cruelty-free, easy to remove, so try it for yourself and get ready for your lash glow up. Only from Easy Breezy, beautiful Covergirl. Okay, apartments.com has more rental listings than anywhere else, so finding the perfect place is easier than ever, and so is finally moving in together. Just the two of you. It's a really big step, lots of new responsibilities, lots of adjustments. Most likely they'll wake you up at odd hours to go to the bathroom, and you'll most definitely find yourself in trouble coming home late for dinner. They might even unroll all of your toilet paper next time. It's just what happens when you two find a new place together. But you're not doing it because you feel like it. No, you're doing it because you love them, because they're family. And that's why apartments.com has the most pet-friendly rental listings on the internet, so that you and your furry family can find the perfect new place together. Apartments.com, the place to find a pet-friendly place. Wait, are you in a relationship right now?
I am.
Oh, you are? And you're public about it?
Yes. Yeah, now. Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting.
We've been dating for almost a year.
Okay.
And so I went public with him in February.
Was that scary?
Very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very scary. Because also, like, it's the internet. So if they've ever done anything in their past, if they've ever, like, that could potentially have like adverse effects on your career, even if like you didn't know them. And so we had to have that conversation of like, who are the people you've wronged? Right. And it's a man in New York City. They've wronged a lot of people.
That's what they do.
And me being like a girl's girl is like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all of those different things come into play that like, it's just hard. So you try to wait it out and see if they're a good person that you could have your page, I don't know, represent them.
I do feel like a year is a good amount of time to figure that out.
Yeah. We've been through a lot together, and he's been, although he's made some mistakes, I probably have too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Do you and your current partner, do you live together?
Yeah, no, he has his own place.
Okay.
No, we're like very chill.
Yeah.
He's always at my place.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
We met, on Raya. Ew.
Oh, that's okay.
Ew.
Wait, were you dating Jared Leto for a minute?
No.
Okay.
Jared has been nothing but like the most respectful.
Okay.
He found my content on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
And he was one of my first celebrity collabs.
Oh.
His team DM'd me.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, Jared had the Met Gala yesterday, and he has the cat costume, the Karl Lagerfeld cat, and he wants to shoot some content. He loves your YouTube Shorts. And then he came over with his team, and an amazing person to work with, super easy, like super down to just like play around, which is crazy for an Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah. So is this like you'll be doing this for the next 50 years of your life?
I mean, the landscape is changing so fast, but if I could make videos and do what I do for the rest of my life, I would be extremely happy.
Like, you gained 13 million followers in less than a year.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How?
I don't know. Thank you, guys. I don't know. I don't know.
And really, like, you think the more posting, the better?
I think it completely depends on your channel and who follows you and what they like.
Do you like the best?
Ooh, they're all different, and I like them for different reasons. It sounds like a political answer, but no, TikTok is culture. Yeah. TikTok like drives culture, like what the trending things of the moment are, because like it happens so fast there. Yeah. And everyone also feels confident posting a lot more. Mm-hmm. Instagram is going to be more like your relatable, like also crazy content where you just can never predict it.
Right.
YouTube is going to be the people that are invested in your story. That's where like podcasts are going to do well, or even just videos about me talking about my life or the things I've gone through. Like YouTube loves that and loves to get to know like who you are. Yeah. And then Snapchat is just insane.
I literally tried to get back into the Snapchat game because when I first came off The Bachelorette, that was like it. Like Snapchat was it.
That was when they were monetizing it like crazy. I've heard the tales.
I was like, holy shit, I'm getting more views than I did as The Bachelorette on ABC. Like it was like my own TV show and I loved it. And then Instagram stories started happening. So I kind of like dabbled in both, but I was still like committed to Snapchat. And now I'm like, I open Snapchat and I'm like, I don't want to know.
Wait, because what year were you in?
2015.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Because it's like, I forget that Instagram stories and reels are so recent that like they didn't even have that in 2015.
Instagram reels are like they're
like a couple of years old.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
It is insane. But yeah, I didn't even have Instagram story. It was Snapchat when I came off the show.
That's crazy.
I know.
Where would people post link in my bio?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was 10 years ago.
I'm glad I wasn't working then. Way harder.
It was easier.
Really?
I felt like it was easier
to post on.
Everybody went to Snapchat.
Really?
Or like a post on Instagram video for Snapchat. And it felt like there's so many influencers out there now where before there really wasn't.
I go on Snapchat to like figure out if somebody's pregnant or, you know what I mean? Like when there's like, is this celebrity pregnant? I immediately go to their Snapchat. I'm like looking at reflections in mirrors. I'm like, they gotta mess up, because if you're gonna find anything, you're gonna find it on Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah, because we post, you like spam post it.
You just post whatever. You don't even think about. If you
want to see me, I rarely drink, but when I do get drunk, I'd probably post it on Snapchat. Maybe don't watch it because it's probably really cringy.
Do you worry about cringe content?
No. Have you seen my page, girl?
But that's why I don't find it cringe, is because I feel like you just don't care.
It's self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's cringe, but that's like, it's fun to watch cringe stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
so as long as it's self-aware.
A self-aware cringe.
I give myself a pass.
I will give you a pass.
The second it doesn't become self-aware, the second you're like, Haley, girl, what is this? And I'm like, this is fire. Delete my account. Delete it. Get it off the internet. Save me from myself.
So on Instagram, compared to like an Instagram reel, it will do better on Instagram if it's a specific thing than it would on TikTok. I get so confused.
Instagram and TikTok are probably the most similar now.
Yeah.
They used to be like about like 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
What would go viral. Yeah. But now there's so many creators, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's fun. So like even people that aren't creators love to make videos like with their husband or their kids. And so you'll see a lot of the same things. A lot of them are exact copies. Like I scroll brain rot so much that I will literally know who made the original video. And I'll be like,
really?
17 people copied this on Instagram when it started on TikTok.
Okay, you've said it so many times now I have to ask, I feel like I should know. What is brain rot? Is that just TikTok?
It's like...
What's brain rot?
It's like the depths of social media where you just keep scrolling.
Oh,
and it's
that's
like
what I thought.
like
okay.
skibbity toilet or like
what?
Phantom. Oh, you're not in the Gen Alpha zone, are you?
I'm not.
Skibbity YouTube Shorts. Look up skibbity toilet. You're welcome.
Skibbity. Is it gross?
It's like this alternate universe where Gen Alpha is going to rip me apart if I get this wrong. Dang.
I don't think Gen Alpha listens to my podcast.
Perfect. Amazing. I'm just going to confuse the millennials then.
No, I hope maybe you could bring in the alphas and the Gen Zs and maybe...
Shibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. No, see, I already messed it up.
What is it?
It's like these people that get their heads caught in toilets and it's like shibbity, shibbity toilet. Shibbity, shibbity. Shibbity, shibbity toilet. I swear this exists.
No, I believe you.
I don't swear I'm not insane.
I don't think you would make something so wild up.
That would be crazy if I did.
But like... What works on the internet, I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's aggressive. And I think they're making it, I think it was greenlit for like an actual Hollywood film because they have such proof of concept in the fact that like these go so viral that Hollywood's like, I'll throw some money at that.
Yeah, no kidding.
People in toilets, let's do it. And now that's what they're doing.
What in the hell kind of world are we living in?
You can literally, like, there's pieces of toast that go viral. It's just like a wet piece of toast in a shower. And they put like some sad song that you'd cry to in the shower. And like it has like 18 million likes. And you're like, what?
So, okay.
That's brain rot.
If anyone is listening and they're like, I want to be an influencer, I want to go viral, what advice would you give them?
Study it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like anything else, right? Like you want to be an engineer, you study your textbooks.
Yeah.
You want to be a creator, you study the people before you that have done really well.
Right.
Or like, of course you want your own voice in it because every creator having their own voice is what makes it fun.
Right.
But like you're learning and you're finding out. And that's why so many people when they start out copy other people because they don't know like, oh, this is not a good thing to do.
Right.
They just think, oh, it's free game.
How hard is it to not copy other people on the internet?
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll make something and then I'll see not shot for shot or the same whatever, probably a different sound, but I'll see a similar idea since we all pretty much live very similar lives.
Right.
Like if you're in New York, you might live very similarly to millions of other people. And so the concept you come up with might be similar. But there's a lot of like shot for shot. But it's okay. Just tag people as inspo, guys.
Well, I get so upset because with like, there's like that whole lore with Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Oh.
And I'm like, anyone, this is how I think about it because I'm trying to think of who this girl was that they think killed her little daughter. She was like Casey Anthony. When she went on TikTok. Yeah. So there's so many things where like if a Netflix documentary wants to make you look innocent, they can.
Yes.
If they want to make you look guilty and like you've done, they can put things together. I feel like they can do that with Hailey and Selena. Like,
oh yeah.
Hailey might not have done whatever, but they can make it look like it was like intentionally this and oh, she wore a white top that day and Selena did that. Well, are you into that kind of?
No. I mean, I've been a woman on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Like I've had my whole life picked apart and I'm guessing, and you've been on reality TV, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like you do an eye roll and they can edit that eye roll to be a girl saying something that's important to her and you're rolling your eyes when they could, that could have been hours, days apart.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I've met so many people that are like A-listers that are just as confused how they got famous as everyone else.
Yes.
And they would be the first to judge themselves and like tear themselves down. So it makes me sad when people I get that it's fun. I get, you know, if I was younger maybe, but I think I've just been in their shoes a little bit.
That's fair.
So I watch it from above, but like don't put any grain of salt in it because you never know.
Okay, let me ask you something. How often do you take time for you? You know, like to grow, reflect, maybe even laugh and giggle a little? Well, I've got your new go-to, and it's Self-Conscious with Chrissy Teigen on Audible. You know Chrissy, she's hilarious, she's unfiltered, and just like us, figuring it all out as she goes. And on this podcast, she dives deep into personal growth with some of the most brilliant minds out there, like Mel Robbins, we love, Adam Grant, Gabby Bernstein. It's real, it's insightful, and honestly, it feels like you're hanging out with just a super wise bestie. Each week, Chrissy unpacks these big life-changing ideas, but makes them super relatable and gives you practical tools that you can actually use. Whether you're totally new to this whole well-being journey or you're a second self-help junkie, Chrissy's got something for you. So here's the deal. Self-Conscious with Chrissy Teigen is the new wellness podcast from Audible. Expand your self-awareness, gain valuable insights, and become more self-conscious. New episodes drop each week. Go to audible.com/Chrissy podcast or wherever you get your podcasts and start listening today. Okay, I have to tell you about something that's totally changed my sleep lately. I've talked about it before on the podcast. I've tried everything, setting earlier bedtimes, cutting back on scrolling before bed, even those sleep sounds that are supposed to knock you out. But honestly, the biggest difference came when I upgraded to Boll & Branch's 100% organic cotton sheets. You know when you crawl into bed after a long day and you just melt? Oh, it's one of my favorite feelings. That's what these sheets do. They're so soft, so breathable. And the best part is they actually get softer with every wash. I'm not kidding. Every time I do laundry, they somehow feel better. It's like giving yourself a little luxury every night without even trying. And since it's that time of the year where we're all in a mood for a little spring refresh, upgrading your bedding is the easiest way to do it. Boll & Branch's signature hemmed sheets sets come in so many colors and styles so you can find the perfect vibe for your room. And they're made by artisans who are treated fairly and paid what they deserve so you can literally sleep better at night. Oh, and get this, they offer a 30-night worry-free guarantee so you can try the sheets, wash them, feel the difference for yourself, and if they don't totally change your sleep, send them on back, full refund. Upgrade your sleep during Boll & Branch's annual spring event. So for a limited time, you get 20% off at bollandbranch.com/vine. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/vine20 to take 20% off site-wide for a limited time. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Do you feel pressure to always be putting out stuff and or do you actually just genuinely love it so much, or what's that relationship?
It's both.
Yeah.
It's both. It's kind of like I'm constantly challenging myself to be better and make better content and get better lighting or better, editing skills or whatnot. But I also just love to make it. I've tried to take days off because people are like, "Ew, you're going to burn out. You got to take days off, you crazy person." Yeah. And I will sit there and then I'll just be like,
You're like, must make videos.
There's an idea in my brain. And if it's burning in my brain, I can't pay attention to anything else.
Wow.
I have to do because it's fun for me.
Yeah.
So now my friends are just used to getting roped into.
Do you use a phone? Do you have a specific camera?
Oh, I have iPhone 13.
You do?
I do. Yeah, I have an iPhone 13 and I film everything on it.
Okay, good.
I've had it from the beginning.
It makes me feel better.
It films aesthetically.
Well, also
the colors.
Forbes named you a top creator in 2024.
Yeah.
You're just, so you're doing something, right?
I guess. If Forbes, I actually sent that to my parents and I was like, it is a real job, Mom and Dad.
Seriously. God, yeah, because would you be in Forbes if you were doing a different path?
No, definitely not. No.
That's crazy.
No.
That must feel so validating for all the work you've put in to be named in Forbes.
It's really cool that because I feel like internet culture is its own thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like for so long it was looked at as different than entertainment.
Yeah.
And now the two are merging. And so it's really fun because I think creators are so brilliant. They're going to be the next people making, and they already have been, A24 movies.
Right.
And they're going to be the next people scripting big projects. And so it almost evens the playing field out where you can grow up in the middle of nowhere without any connection to Hollywood, without any money. And all you need is a phone and you can show your art or what's in your brain to the world. And I think that's so sick. So the fact that Forbes recognizes it as people doing cool things is dope.
What scares you about the internet?
Oh my gosh. Being canceled is really, really, really awful. And it also I think as a creator, especially as a comedy creator, I want people to go to my page and just have fun. Yeah. And never feel targeted, never feel any certain way. And so when things are going on in the world that are a little darker or, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that are tough for a lot of people. I just hope my page is a place that makes people happy. But sometimes you're also do I need to say something? Do I not? And that's scary.
Yeah,
it's
because
scary.
you feel it's when you have millions, 13 millions of eyeballs on you, do you feel a responsibility to go outside of your, like what you want, people to come to your page for? Or are you like, no, I'm sticking to this?
No, I think because a lot of my followers are very young.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that space. And I also don't want them believing something just because I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm so grateful that my parents gave me a space to cultivate my own ideas and my own, like, about religion, about politics, about whatever it may be. And like life experience is the only thing that will drive you, I think, to like the correct, or I don't even know if there's correct choices anymore.
Right.
The more empathetic or moral choices. But I want people to figure that out on their own. And I want them to have a space that, like, if they're going through something, they don't need to constantly be inundated with all of the bad things in the world.
I agree with that.
Because everywhere else, we are constantly inundated with that.
Like, I love TikTok for when people make me laugh. Because I'm like, oh, I needed that. And sometimes it makes me feel less guilty about scrolling because I'm like, I literally just giggled for an hour straight at people's content. Like, feed me with that, because my algorithm right now, I'm like, why did no?
Yeah.
Get out of here. And then I'm like, need to reprogram it. But have you ever been close to getting canceled?
Oh, no, I was really canceled.
Why?
During last year, during the Met Gala, I worked as a reporter for E!
Yeah.
And so I was on site at, it's called the Mark
Yeah.
Hotel here in New York. And then the Met Gala is like a few blocks up. So I never went to the Met Gala, but the Met was like everything to me. Like that is like art and culture and like all this, the fanciness of Hollywood that I never thought I'd get to be around.
Right.
So when I got asked to be a like on-site reporter for the hotel, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And unfortunately, I started working at like noon that day, and Israel and Hamas, there was an attack that was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And I did not know any of this was happening.
Oh.
And I was dressed in an outfit that was very like French couture, like some compared it to Marie Antoinette. So then there was a trending audio suggested by TikTok that said, let them eat cake. And I did not know the meaning. I went to that tiny little Christian school where we studied the Bible and not the French Revolution.
Yeah.
And I had posted that as my outfit reveal.
Right.
But unfortunately, because of what happened, it felt like an attack by me in a place that is like wealth and prestige and all this stuff. It's just such a wrong place, wrong time, wrong energy to be giving to any situation.
Yeah.
And people took that and were obviously very offended. And
oh my God, you must have felt sick.
I lost so much weight. It was the worst experience of my life, but it also taught me that although I consider myself like a comedy creator and I try to stay away from things that are hard to talk about or political or violent, that whatever I make touches a lot of people.
Yes.
And if I make something that could potentially be even just viewed or is just offensive, like that's on me, even if I don't know about it.
Right.
So with Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, but it's true. I felt awful.
Yeah.
And I made a 9-minute apology video. And of course I was stumbling around on my words, and I was trying to speak from the heart because I said I'm a normal person, but of course that was a bad thing to say because then it comes across like I don't realize the wealth that I have so it was really tough, but it was a really, really big learning experience for me in taking an accountability and also understanding like sometimes you accidentally hurt people and it's not their fault that they're hurt. It's your fault that you hurt them.
Yeah. I've been learning a lot in therapy about intention versus impact.
Yeah.
And that's, it's scary when you have that many people watching and you're bound to make a mistake, even if it's obviously not intentional, but the impact that it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's literally the worst thing because you also start to question like every choice that you made, like when I remember the sound was suggested by TikTok. You know, you take a picture and like the sound pops up.
Yeah.
And then my hairstylist was like, oh, this sound is trending. Yes. And I was like, yes, slay.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about it now. I'm very careful with anything that I think has any historical connotation to it, anything that could potentially be viewed as, I don't know, attacking someone or attacking a group of people.
Right.
Like I needed that because you feel like, oh, it's just a little video in my phone. Like it's only going to reach my followers.
Right.
No, it couldn't reach the world.
Yes.
And it sucks even more when it reaches the world and you made them feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, eh.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, I'm proud of you for making the apology and learning from it, because you're obviously still doing good things. You're doing so many interviews on red carpets now. What was that last one that you just did? The freaking
SAG Awards?
Was it SAG? No.
Or the after for the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, like who do you get starstruck by? Anyone?
Not very many people.
Didn't Ariana Grande call you like gorgeous?
Yeah, I was starstruck.
Cool. Yeah.
Just because that was my first time too meeting somebody that was like, she's Ariana Grande. She is one of the most famous people in the entire world. I think for me, Taylor Swift, because of her notoriety and I think her work ethic, I was very starstruck. Angelina Jolie was my one that I panicked.
What do you mean you panicked?
I called her Angie because I'm so used to talking about her with my friends where I'm like, Angie. And I'm like, Angie. And she's like, huh? And I was like, I love you so much. And she's like, thank you.
Did she say you look like me?
No, but I think she was like, who are you? And why are you calling me a nickname? Yeah, no. She's stunning. Oh my God. She's so beautiful.
She's literally perfection.
She's perfect.
It's crazy. And it's like, I would like to know her secrets because she does not age
at all. I think it's just her bone structure.
But yeah, because she also doesn't look like and I'm all about if you want to have worked on whatever, but she just looks like the same person.
Yes. I think that's just genetics. Just really those people that are born who just
like Kate Beckinsale.
Genetics.
Is that genetics?
It's gotta be. I mean, even if it's not, like
it looks like it's genetics.
It looks like it's genetics.
Good job.
Share with the class.
Yeah. Wait, did you meet Taylor Swift?
I did. Yeah, at the Grammys.
That's cool.
And what's crazy is it's like you understand why some of these people are so successful because Taylor walked by me and I said, you look like your dress is so pretty because I freaked out.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you, yours too. Like, great to meet you. Yeah. And then when I saw her again a year later at the Grammys and I was there and I said something about her dress again.
Yeah.
And she said, it's so lovely to see you again. And like the fact that somebody like Taylor Swift who meets millions of people every day and even has so many people working for her remembers an interaction.
And I've heard that about her, that she will.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's already March, but it's never too late to get serious about your skin this year. And if you're looking for something that's easy, effective, actually makes you feel amazing, you need to check out Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty was founded by a master esthetician, so they know what they're doing. They've got 4 categories to cover everything: skincare, beauty, body care, and even fragrance. Honestly, having a little spa at home. Their products are super simple to use, but really give you that glow that makes you feel your absolute best. So if you're ready to revamp your routine or finally start one, their best-selling The Work system is a total upgrade. It's a complete all-in-one system that comes with a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers. Literally everything you need, no guesswork, no stress, and let me tell you, skin will be happy. I actually have been feeling so good about my skin lately. I'm kind of even sometimes rocking no makeup more often than I ever was. So another thing I love, Dime is all about clean ingredients and sustainable packaging, so it's not just good for your skin. It's good for the planet too, and with thousands of glowing 5-star reviews, pretty clear that people are obsessed. So if your skin needs a little refresh or a total overhaul, go to dimebeautyco.com today. That's dimebeautyco.com. dimebeautyco.com.
Advocacy for women in STEM, you nerd herd.
Woo,
I'm obsessed. Wait, talk to me about this.
So I have a STEM background.
Yeah.
My mom is an engineer and a woman.
Yep, and a woman.
I've watched, many women in my family kind of start out in the sciences, and you're like one of the few women in your upper level physics course, and you're like, am I in the wrong job? Like, where are the girls at? And you're not. It's just like a weird stereotype about our culture, even though women are better at math and science in their younger ages.
Yes, they are.
Then until culture gets a hold. Yep. But like it was important for me to find some way to give back. And we're still working out the kinks on what that is and how it's going to be. But I want to have a nonprofit and do good things with it. And so if I do good things with something, I want it to be for women in STEM that didn't have access to some of the education that I had growing up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I feel like you have this platform. You're able to break down stereotypes and you're able to break down, like that people can have beauty and brains. And yeah, you are funny too. You got it all going on.
Thank you.
Are you still aiming for SNL?
I would love nothing more than to even just be on like one weekend update, like drag me in, I'll play an influencer. Like, I don't care. I would love, I've been to the tapings before. I've watched it
amazing.
From above. Like, how
do you do impressions?
No, that's the thing. I can't do like, I can do like influencer impressions, like the influencer accent or like those type of things.
What's the influencer accent?
It's very like, hey guys.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going?
And I feel like there's like this thing, like people do this.
Yep. Yep. No, there are things that influencers do, and I have to like fight myself to not do them, but I definitely do them. Like we all do.
Also, quickly before we get into your confession that I heard you bracing yourself for on the way in here, you've been open about your diagnosis with, I always butcher this name, endometriosis?
Yes.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
I think I might have that.
A lot of people, I guess, do, which I didn't know. Painful periods, like excruciating.
I can't even, like sometimes I almost throw up because I start seeing stars and I black out because my pain is so bad.
You might have endometriosis.
And I also, so I just got a ultrasound done.
Yeah.
I have so many cysts and I have like a 3-centimeter fibroid on the lining of my uterus. Like all these things that they're like, girl, that's definitely going to cause infertility. And I'm like, oh my God. So for my 40th birthday, I'm getting my fibroids removed.
Damn.
Like, the worst gift.
Fibroids?
Yeah.
Did you freeze your eggs?
I did.
Smart.
Yes.
I was like, if you're not saying egg freezing, you're chilling.
I did.
Yeah, that was smart.
I froze my eggs at 32, which I'm really happy about.
I need to do that.
But what led you to talk openly about that?
Oh, just really, really bad pain. There was a lot of like explorative things. Like I had so many bladder scopes. And they found it then.
So so they found endometriosis. See, I can't say it. They can find that?
I don't even know how they did it, but then they removed it with a scope surgery and now I'm chilling.
No more painful periods.
No more painful periods. None. Compared to what it was before when I would be like, but I also do have an IUD. Like a lot has gone down in this area.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. Yeah. But so I don't really know what worked for what, but now I'm chilling.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives me hope because I'm like, I am in so much pain. I wonder if while they're in there, they'll be able to see.
Yes. Ask about it. Like it's really just being honest with your doctor about like the type of pain you're having and where you're having it. Because like, again, there haven't been female doctors for a very long time until recently. So a lot of these things that women deal with were never treated or never like figured out how to treat her. So there's all of these different options now.
Wow, that's so crazy. I know what women go through. It's like
wild.
I always call it clockwork. I'm like, every month I'm just like, well, I'm going to be down and out in blackout pain. So here we go.
Yet there's like 25 pills that give a guy a boner. Makes no sense.
Yeah, nothing ever makes sense. I don't get
men
it.
ruled medicine for so long.
Yeah, that's okay. We need you off TikTok and into the medicine world. Okay?
Oh God. Ooh, I'm good.
Use your science background. I just am like stereotyping just scientists, right? Like,
hey, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Wait, do you want to play a quick game?
I'm ready.
It's called Stem or Scam.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll read you a fact, and you have to tell me if it's a real scientific fact, STEM, or if it's totally made up, scam.
I'm going to fail miserably. My whole brain is just brain rot now.
Well,
hit me with them.
I don't know if this is like, okay, bananas are technically berries.
Fact.
Yes.
I've heard that before.
Bananas fit the criteria of a berry because they develop from a single ovary and have seeds inside.
See, Mom, I told you I'm a scientist.
Just send your mom these clips right here, and we'll just put all the you'll make you
restaurant.
We'll make sure you get them right just for your mom. Okay, octopuses have 3 hearts and 2 stop beating when they swim.
I feel like something about the heart situation is true, but I'm gonna say no.
No, you were right.
It is true.
You went with your gut.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. 2 of their hearts.
I wasn't sure about the beating part. I was like, is that the false part?
Well, I'm trying to throw you, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But the heart pumps blood to the gills, and the third pumps it to the rest of the body.
Wow.
I know. You can sneeze with your eyes open if you try hard enough.
False.
Right.
Yeah, because I think I've tried that.
Yes.
I'm like.
Especially when you're doing mascara and you're like, don't do it.
And your mom is like, your eyes are going to pop out if you do that. And you're like, will they?
Yeah,
Maybe
try.
they will.
Yeah.
Dang.
Let's record it.
All the lies we were told as children.
So many. The one that always sticks out to me is that you can't have the light on in the car while you drive.
Thank you.
I know.
Was that just our era? Or like were police officers actually pulling people over for that?
I don't know.
Because I'm still terrified of that.
I also found out that you can pump gas while your car's on.
No. I've been the person that's like, turn off this car. It's illegal.
I still do every time just because I'm so scared.
I'm such a Karen. Oh, no. All my friends, I'm like, turn it off. We're going to blow up.
No, I'm the same way. I
thought it was fully illegal.
Okay, the Eiffel Tower grows taller in the summer.
What? I mean, unless the earth underneath it is... I'm going to go with no.
No, it's true.
How?
The iron expands when heated.
Iron. Okay. I was thinking ground expansion. I should have been thinking metal expansion.
More time, I feel like you'd really think these through, but it's a podcast. So you're like, oh, I don't know. True or false. Humans actually have more than 5 senses.
No.
It's true.
It is.
In addition to the classic 5 senses, we have others like, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, sense of body position.
Oh.
Equilibrium.
Oh, I didn't even realize these are considered senses.
Me either. See, this is what I mean.
I feel like that's just definition here, you know?
You know what? Let's get to your confession. That's stupid. Just tell me an embarrassing story. I'm embarrassing myself right now.
When you become a content creator and you start working with like the apps, sometimes they'll let you in to test apps early.
Ooh, fun.
So when Threads was coming out, they were like, Haley, would you like beta access to Threads? And I was like, absolutely I do.
Yeah.
Because we all know Charli D'Amelio popped off on TikTok and she was
right. One of the first.
You want to be the first to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
If this is going to be like Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they only gave that to like only a few people. Mark Cuban being one of them.
Okay.
So it was like Zuckerberg, Mark Cuban, and then like Meta employees, and then like really famous people, and then like random creators that like they let in just to like give their opinion on it.
Okay.
So I start posting like mad.
Yeah.
Not thinking that when this launches, those are going to be the only thing everyone sees on their page.
Right.
So like people are posting normal things. Mark Cuban is like, welcome to Threads, you know? And I'm just spam replying to Mark Cuban like, pay attention to me. Like, you have to notice me. Like, it's me and Mark Cuban in this room and you have to say hi. So I'm just like typing him the craziest stuff. I'm replying to Zuckerberg, like Zuck Daddy, like saying the craziest stuff, thinking like no one's ever going to see this because it'll all be erased before it's posted. Well, they told me it was going to be like a couple weeks of beta testing and then they're going to clear it and then, you know, like it'll go live. Nope. It was the next day.
No.
Without clearing anything.
No.
So everyone who went on Threads only saw my manic, like obsessive, almost borderline, not even borderline, creepy things that I was saying to like Mark Cuban, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm over here like Zuck Daddy said it's fine. So like I'm like Wiz Khalifa's posting like blunts and I'm like, you know that's legal, bro. Like I'm everywhere. Like and so then when it's live, everyone was like, who is this? And they thought I was a computer system.
No, because it was just spamming everyone.
It was the only thing everyone saw.
That is funny.
Mark Cuban still did not say hi to me. How dare you?
But he definitely saw.
He definitely saw.
Mark.
So I'm a little, I'll find you, Mark.
One day you will run into him and you'll be able to tell him that story.
And he'll be like, security, she's here, get her out of here.
I've told the story on my podcast before, but when I first got Instagram, which was like in like 2012, I thought it was an app just to put cool filters on and I posted a nude on it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I posted a nude thinking like,
with a good
cool
filter.
Yeah. And I was like, this is cool.
I mean, slay.
Throw on the Nashville filter and like post because I thought it was like my own album.
Everything was like in sepia. No, you didn't realize it was public.
Yeah, I didn't know it was public.
And you were like, nude is definitely the first photo. Yeah. I'm putting on sepia.
Yeah, sepia.
Everyone was with the border.
Yes.
The thick border.
The border.
On your nude?
Yeah. And I was
Please say you still send that to people. You're like, can I have pics? Or like, how about this one from 2012?
I definitely deleted it off the Instagram, but I only had like 7 followers. I don't even remember because I just got it. And my girlfriend called me immediately. She was like, why did you post it nude? And I was like, what? You saw that?
That's my biggest fear. I don't even take nude photos. But for some reason, because I'm so anxious, my biggest fear is like posting a non-existent nude photo of me on my story and then like children are like, Mom. Like, so I won't even go near my phone when I'm so terrified.
So funny.
Terrified.
I should be way more terrified. I have so many nudes in my phone. I'm always like,
I mean, you're welcome if they come out, right? Like,
well, I don't take a bad one.
Exactly.
If I'm taking a nude, it's because I look good. So if it leaks,
you're welcome.
Now one's going to leak and people think I did it on purpose.
Gonna leak. Yeah. It's going to be the like sepia filter one with the border and they're going to be like, the only person that could possibly leak that is her. There's going to be a whole... I think Kaitlyn Bristowe leaked her own nude. Get ready with me.
I love it. Well, thank
golden.
you so much. Tell everybody, if they're probably already following you, but where to find you.
At Hailey Bailey with like 18 Y's and a million different E's. They'll HALEYYBAYLE because I didn't think I would ever be a social media person. So I just picked whichever one was.
That's what I just went with full name, Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Honestly, that's lit though.
I'm happy about it.
Because people fully don't know. They're like, is your name Hailey Bailey? Why are there so many E's? There's just so many questions.
Is your Bailey your middle name?
No, my middle name is B.
Oh.
Like BEA.
Oh.
No, it's weird. Because then everyone's like, B like Beatrice? I'm like, no. They're like, B like the letter B? I'm like, no.
Just B.
Just BEA.
That was like, remember on Simpsons when Homer J. Simpson was on a mission to find out what his J stand for in his middle name, but it was actually just J?
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm like, I'll find it. And my dad called me Hailey Bailey because Hailey B.
Oh,
Hailey Bailey growing up. So.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now it seems like I did that for my dad. I didn't. There was no other option.
Bailey.
Yeah. But I did it for you, Dad.
Yeah. Dad. Thanks for watching the pod, Dad.
Thanks for watching, Dad.
And Mom, see, she answered a few correct.
Yeah, my mom has no idea how to even listen to a podcast.
Last.